Hi, this is Stan. Welcome to Lead to Promises, your guide to outstanding customer service. This is the seventh section of the God-Centered Business, a foundational framework to grow with resilience. In this section, we're going to discuss what it means to have outstanding customer service. Did you just take that money and run? Well, we're going to discuss how to follow up and how to serve that customer. When I arrived at a very large grocery chain, I noticed that there were no greeters that day. And so I said, no big deal. I went back to the back to go get my milk, and there was no milk. And so I had to hunt down somebody, and I found somebody to go in the back, and they grudgingly went back there, and they found my milk. And then I finished doing my shopping, and I wanted to check out with a human, but there was nobody there in line. And so I had to go to the self-checkout lines and check myself out. I did notice that somebody was there, and they were watching me to make sure that I didn't steal anything. And I said, okay, no big deal. And I checked myself out, and I got my receipt. And on the receipt, it said, thank you. Have you ever thanked somebody just out of obligation? I mean, have you ever gone through the process of saying thank you, but not really felt it? Well, being thankful is different than saying thank you. I mean, really being thankful for someone is no matter what they give you or no matter what they do, you really feel thankful for that particular person. And you want to make sure that that person feels the thanks. Do they feel the thanks in your business? Do people really feel thankful? Why don't you discuss being thankful versus thank you in your group? After the sale is just as important as before the sale. Most people just buy the stuff and they have no interaction with the person that they bought it from. But being different means that you actually interact with your customers and say thank you somehow or make them feel thankful. I know that we discussed that a little bit before, but your gifts and talents are the differentiator. I mean, you are the only person who can reach certain people. And so you are gifted and talented to reach people and thank them in a certain way. Have you ever thought through how you're going to be thankful and how you're going to differentiate and how you're going to follow up with these individuals? Why don't you discuss follow-up with your group? I was in public and it was my day off, and somebody came up to me and they seemed vaguely familiar, but I just didn't know where I met this person, and he just kept on talking to me and thanking me and just was excited. And I'm thinking, I don't know who this person is. And so we had a cordial conversation. I kind of avoided not knowing him. And then he finally revealed that I did some work for him, and he was actually one of my customers. And I said, it was great to see you again. I had no idea who this person was. I hadn't followed up. Follow-up is just as important as making the sale. Have you ever not followed up? This is something that is extremely necessary, and I suggest that you use a contact relationship management or a customer relationship management or a care relationship management is what I like to call it, system that you can keep track of people and set dates to keep in touch with not only leads but customers who purchase from you. Just pray for these people and make sure you keep in touch, because people who buy from you one time can buy from you again. And people who need prayer from you one time need prayer from you again. Why don't you discuss follow-up with your group? It took me a while to get through to customer service, and finally when I did, the conversation was not a good conversation. They started complaining back to me about my complaint. And I said, this is it. I'm not even going to use their service. Not only am I not going to use their service, I'm going to tell other people not to use their service. A complaint is a gift. I mean, when somebody complains to you, they want you to win. And the biggest thing that's behind great, outstanding service is for you to have the fruit of the Spirit. This is something that is extremely important as you are trying to make sure that you have a great relationship with your customers. You also want to make things right when something goes wrong, because something will go wrong. And when somebody does complain, it is a gift because they actually want you to win. So working through this with the fruit of the Spirit helps them out. And then as you help other people, they will help you help others. Why don't you discuss the parts of outstanding customer service with your group? Now let's discuss outstanding customer service. First, you want to be available during business hours. So that means that your customers need to know what your business hours are, which means that it needs to be posted somewhere on your website or in Google Business. The second thing is listening without defending. People really get mad when you defend what's going on, and they want to just give you a complaint and you want to be able to make it right. So listen to them without defending. But the third thing is clarifying the incident. Not everything is wrong. It may just be that somebody didn't know how to use your product or service. And so just clarify the incident just to make sure you can help them out. The fourth thing is to speak while smiling. If you smile when you're on the phone, people can hear that smile over the phone, believe it or not. And if you're smiling in person, that helps. But if they're bringing up a concern and you're smiling, that can be disingenuous. So you have to be able to use the right kind of face without being frowny, so that you can listen to the person. The the fifth thing is to document that incident, and so that you can get things right in your business. And then the last thing is to solve that particular incident and get feedback. If you do these things, you will have outstanding customer service. Why don't you discuss this with your group? The last couple of things for outstanding customer service is asking for a referral and asking for a review. A referral is important because people need to know about your business. And if you're leading people to the promises of Christ, then you want as many people to hear what that promise is. So asking people to refer you is not a bad thing. You want to be able to say, hey, bring a person over here and I'll talk to them. And that'll be a great thing. The next thing is asking for a review. You want to be able to get feedback on your business so that you can improve. And so asking for a review, no matter if they give you a good one or not so good one, will help you improve your business. The only thing I say is that if you do get a review, make sure that you respond to it within 24 hours, acknowledging that review. So all of this will give you outstanding customer service. Why don't you discuss this with your group? You're almost finished. Now that you've gotten the vision from God and you've removed your trash and you've replaced that trash with the fruit of the Spirit, you sought wisdom from God and you made plans. You became a different person and emerged a different leader. And you also now have a kingdom first mindset. And now you have the promises of God that you're leading people to. it's time to do this all over again. And you're going to do this over again and again and again. So I recommend that you have an innovation meeting that will help your business stay on the cutting edge. I mean, look across the new things that are emerging and make sure that you're using the latest technology as well as the latest processes within your industry, and just to stay sharp. So to do this, you will hold an innovation planning meeting. This will take about a couple of weeks just to make sure that you are looking into what's going on. And there is an agenda that you should follow in terms of what should I be looking at, what's broken, what needs to be fixed. These are some of the things that you should ask yourself and really just take a look at your business. I would plan this out so that you have 2 solid good weeks looking at your business so that you can innovate. Why don't you discuss this last topic with your group?